Hey guys, continuing from where we left off, we're talking about OpenAI's two releases, Sora and the Agentic AI Builder. We covered Sora in a previous video recently, and in this video, we're going to talk about the Agentic AI Builder that OpenAI just launched. It's a no-code tool that basically allows pretty much anybody to create their own agentic workflows using a visual tool. The agent builder is about execution. So it's part of OpenAI's Agent Kit. It's a suite of tools that let you build custom AI agents for your business. And the best part is that it's a no-code tool. You're able to operate it almost entirely visually. So that means you can drag and drop blocks that define how your agent should think and act, basically like building a flowchart or a decision tree or what have you. Now, the interesting thing is that tools like this already existed. There were companies like N8N and to an extent LangGraph that allowed you to build stuff like this. And while that's true, I think the really interesting thing about this release is that it's backed by OpenAI's existing distribution or ChatGPT's existing distribution, which is about 8 million users. What's really interesting is the existing distribution ChatGPT already has and is now giving access to a tool like Agentic Builder. So in that context, it's not just a new tool, it almost feels like a new economic model for startups. For the last decade, technical leverage was the moat. Founders who could code, automate, and ship quickly had the edge, and that justified early capital. You needed time, talent, and tech just to compete. Agent Kit flips that. It turns technical leverage into design leverage. So the question isn't anymore, can you build it? It becomes, do you deeply understand a problem worth automating? There's a much higher bar for thought and a much lower bar for execution now. And that shift changes a couple of fundamental things about the early stage startup building ecosystem. The MVP no longer becomes a milestone, it is now a starting point. If anybody can build a workflow in 8 minutes, differentiation will come from insight, not from speed. Capital efficiency becomes the norm. When orchestration, iteration, deployment costs almost nothing, raising $1 million to prove or validate demand is going to feel very bloated. And the founder profile evolves. So the next set of founders won't be technical savants, they're going to be domain polymaths, the people who understand systems, incentives, and users better than everybody else. And Agent Kit is the tool that they are going to use to enable them to build out the first couple of iterations of their product. It's less a dev tool and more like the foundation of the next level of infrastructure that is going to empower domain expert founders to build tech. For venture capital, that might mean a shift because when everybody can build, what you choose to build becomes a differentiator. And this is really interesting because capital advantage and the technical advantage are both eroding at once. And now what it does, it makes much more accessible for non-technical domain expert founders to build products. And it's going to open up paths to build ultra niche, high value businesses. The core capability that it has is a function called tool calling, which allows you to communicate with external tools, right? So whether that's a CRM or a social media platform or anything else, that's really the main value of this kind of agentic AI platform. And what it will allow you to do through the use of MCP servers and tool calling is basically write in workflows of something that you execute like as a human being on a day-to-day basis and just automate that entire process. So if you are, for example, doing research on your CRM for prospects, you have the ability to build a workflow very easily to fetch a prospect, to then have that agent look into their social media, their LinkedIn, their company's website, etc. Compile personalized email automatically based on your writing style and tone, and then connect to a tool like SendGrid and automatically send that email to that prospect, eliminating a lot of the manual work that you would typically have to do, but also ensuring that the output is sufficiently high quality and it follows the process that you follow when you're building and doing that kind of research. Awesome. Those are our two videos about the two new releases that OpenAI has done in the last couple of weeks. If you're a founder building, this is a really exciting time, and these These AI tools are just going to get more and more capable over time. If you're building something and want to chat, reach out.